Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. It is the Fury Warrior, and damn is this thing beefy as ever. It plays really, really nice, guys. So what's the difference on this? Well, one, the animations are just sick. The sounds that go along with them. I mean, you've got Rampage, which is a new ability. You've still got Raging Blow. You've still got Bloodthirst. You've got a lot of new abilities. It's just absolutely insane, guys. This thing is playing very, very destructively, and it's nice. The damage is great. Overall, the spec is just I think they finally got it in a tuning form to where it works really nice. So, what's changed? You're still looking at getting enraged, guys. You want to stay enraged because that's still your mastery. That's still where a lot of your damage is going to come from. Is it as reliant on crit as it used to be? Not so much. You don't need to be shitting it as much as you did currently in live. What you're looking at doing, though, is, okay, get enraged. How do you do this? Well, there's two ways to do it now. One, you can still crit with Bloodthirst, and you do have another ability that'll actually increase Bloodthirst's chances to crit. So, again, not so much needing the crit as bad as we did before. The other way is a regular ability. It's called Rampage. And what Rampage is going to do is it's going to enrage you, and then it's going to have you just beat the hell out of the boss 5 times. You do 5 swings. It does really good damage. And then once you're enraged, you're going to want to use that time. Usually I fit 2 to 3, depending on if we're in Bloodlust or some sort of speed increase on Raging Blow. Raging Blow is still a huge factor in your damage, but that being said, you're still the Execute Kings, guys. You won't see a lot of your damage until Execute range ends up coming in, because Execute still hits like a truck, and you're one of like 2 or 3 classes that still actually have one. So how's it playing out? Single target, guys. You're going to want to end up using, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's on the number 2 button, and what this thing does is it's just a spammable ability, and it increases the chance for Bloodthirst to crit. You're going to want to use Bloodthirst on cooldown still, just to make sure you can try and get enraged. If you don't get enraged after Bloodthirst and you've got the rage build up, you're going to want to hit Rampage so you do get enraged. It's basic gameplay, guys, of trying to maintain the uptime of your enrage. As long as you stay enraged, you're good to go. So what else do we got here, guys? We have the Artifact ability. The Artifact ability is pretty alright. It's an AoE style ability. Basically, it makes you do a huge attack to everybody in X amount of range to you. It does a decent amount of damage, and it causes them to burn for a little bit extra damage. I want to say it's called Odin's Fury. It's kind of lacking, guys. Going through the artifact tree, though, man, there's some huge bursts to damage just by being enraged and so on and so forth. What do you have for DPS cooldown? Well, as a normal DPS cooldown, you still have Battle Cry. Same with arms. They have Battle Cry also, and I believe they actually mixed it into where Prot now has it. So there's a little bit of a damage increase on it. And what it's going to do is, I believe over 8 seconds, you're going to have 100% crit. So what does this mean? Hey, you've got an instant shot of automatically becoming enraged and doing some huge damage. But still seems like you want to time this up with your execute phases as much as possible. 1 minute cooldown, you can get to use this thing a lot in a single fight. For AoE, guys, as you can see, I did take Blade Storm. It is huge. I also ended up taking Shockwave for the stun to try and help the monk survive in this particular dungeon. But you're still the kings of AoE. You can end up destroying a bunch of stuff. Whirlwind does huge, huge damage. Still getting over a cold, guys, so pardon me. But what you're looking at here is how much damage can you really do. Okay, single target, it is on par with just about everything. It feels really good. AoE, you are a wrecking storm of destruction. That, without going any further into that, huge damage, guys. You can still talent in doing the meat grinder or whatever that is, to where whenever you whirlwind, basically it's going to allow your next raging blow to hit up to 4 additional targets. Really cool, guys. So the way you can spec this, it's like any other class. You're going to have an AoE way of specking things, and you're going to have a single target way of specking things. Or you can mix and match to kind of do a balance of both. I kind of want to mix and match. As you can see, I took Blade Storm and a few other things. But for the most part, this gameplay's change, being able to stay enraged more, just, it seems way more fun. It's more spammy. It really feels, I don't want to say BC style, because BC style Fury Warriors were insane. They had a basic rotation that you ran through and you did a whole fuckload of damage. This is back to doing the whole fuckload of damage, but you're still kind of mismatched with your procs. You got to end up working them the best way as possible. Execute ranges. Whenever you get into execute, you're going to want to get enraged and then execute to get that increased damage, or use battle cry and increase your crit. It's huge damage, guys. Execute kings yet again, and that goes for both arms and fury, but we're talking about fury right now. So what do you have for survivability? You do take extra damage when you're enraged now, guys. That's one of the main factors. They gave you a little bit more of a health pool, but you're taking, I want to say it's 20 or 30% increased damage whenever you get enraged. So you got to be careful with this, because it will destroy you quick. The only major cooldown that you have for survivability is going to be enraged regeneration, and it's done a huge change, guys. Basically, whenever you click this button, your bloodthirsts are going to heal for more. It's no longer a like a hot that gets put on you, or an increased set amount of healing like you're used to, but basically it's going to make it so when you hit bloodthirst, you're going to end up popping your health back up, and it does help quite a bit. The other one you have is your commanding shout. It just increases your maximum health. So you are a little on the squishy side, but just remember this. The enraged regeneration is going to help you survive through what you need to survive through, but you got to stay in combat. They don't want you to end up breaking from combat to go heal up with this thing. They want you to stay in the mix of shit. So just remember that. That's something that'll be useful not only for PvE but for PvP later on down the road, guys. So just stick into it. Make sure you're using Bloodthirst on cooldown, and you should end up seeing your health increase quite a bit. Again, I mean, you're looking at huge damage, guys. Execute Kings are back. The only other class that I believe still has an Execute are Shadow Priests, and that's with Shadow Word Death. So you may not be doing as much as everyone else in the first 80% of the boss fight, but after that 80% is gone, that last 20%, you're going to catch up in a flash. Rage Generation felt really, really nice. I didn't seem to ever have any issue with Rage whatsoever, guys. It felt really smooth. Button spammy as hell. Really button spammy. But the thing you're looking at doing, again, is you want to stay enraged. When you get that enraged, you want to use it on Raging Blow, because you've got a very short window. There's no longer any... it doesn't build charges on how many you end up getting anymore. It's basically like while you're enraged, that 8-second period, you're able to hit it as many times as possible. They do have a talent that'll let you use it whenever. You don't have to be enraged. But it's going to have a 4.5-second cooldown. Not so much fun, because most of your damage from Raging Blow is also because of you being enraged. So, just... again, there's a lot of ways you can change a spec to really make it feel more comfortable to you. If you feel better having it constantly up with a small cooldown, then you've got that opportunity. But the way it seems like they want you to play this is get enraged, use your enraged time on Raging Blow to get that huge damage out, and then go back and try and get back into being enraged yet again. And two ways, again guys, two ways to do that. Critting with Bloodthirst, or just using Rampage, which Rampage costs 85 Rage, I believe, but you can talent it to where it only will cost 65 Rage. So, again, stay enraged. This thing will work absolutely perfect. and you'll do a shit ton of damage. All in all, guys, spec 100%, doing fine, plays well, it's beefy, it's meaty, you can hear it in the sound whenever you're beating the shit out of something. It's great. So again, guys, I really enjoyed this thing. If you enjoyed it also, I hope you give it a like and a subscribe, because man, oh man, this thing is gonna be a beast come live. Thanks again, guys, and I hope you enjoyed.